Now, why is this newsworthy? I wondered. Because Trevor Noah doesn't claim to be a socialist. If he was a socialist, then yeah, it would have been hypocritical. It would be like a vegan activist being found out that he owns shares in 6 slaughterhouses. Would be like a person that advocates against the cruelty of animals being found that they own share in a factory which produces real fur. But it's not like that. Like, Trevor Noah is a comedian. Although, it's kind of difficult to call these people comedians anymore. To me, they look more like establishment operatives. They dictate morality to people. I mean, look at this. All of them are going to talk about global warming. Since when is global warming funny? Like, what is hilarious about global... Why would you want comedians to tackle this subject, huh? I mean, I guess it's funny if you think that getting people to pay more taxes is going to make Sky Daddy less angry. But I don't think they're going to make these types of jokes. I don't think they're going to make the jokes out, yes, global warming is a problem, but the only solution on the table is to make government more powerful. In fact, I don't think there is a single solution on climate change that doesn't involve the government becoming more powerful. Nuclear power would be one. Like, let's build more nuclear reactors. But no, I don't think they're ever going to discuss that for some reason. Very interesting. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it? You also need to appreciate the title of the article. I don't want to die, says Kimmel, Colbert, and all the other hosts who have literally the same opinions on every single issue. What are the odds of that? You tell me if you can bring 7 random people in a room and ask them a question about politics that literally everyone agrees all the time. Maybe like they discovered a new life form, the hive mind. But the reason I'm bringing this up, I really dislike it when obscenely rich people, I'm not talking about rich people, no, but like obscenely rich and wealthy individuals try to be relatable. Like, you look at the man at the television who has a carbon footprint the size of Godzilla and is lecturing you about your air conditioning. Probably while he's flying a private jet, meeting with other rich people, spitting some wine in his glass. And it's like, oh, that petty little mortal is using AC. You know, like, this is what I don't like. They're not the ones that are going to die. They have money. They have money. They can do whatever they want. Most of them don't have kids anyway. In fact, I don't know if a single one of them has kids. So they can't even make the argument. It's like, oh yes, but when I'm gone, the children. How much money did they donate to orphanages, you would think? Yeah, comedians. You know what's funny? Like, I'll tell you a joke with a comedian. Now, when the US Census was made last time, apparently, the number of white people went down.
The number of white people went down.
Now, there is a browser extension, which I'm actually surprised it hasn't gotten deleted yet, that replaces the word white with the word Jewish. So imagine if you'd have Jimmy Fallon going up on stage and saying, according to the new census numbers, it seems that the Jewish demographic in the United States has experienced a decline. And then you would hear everyone in the audience clapping and cheering. I mean, that would be some Nazi rally shit, wouldn't it? That would definitely be something. That would make for an interesting Twilight Zone episode. Like, a young artist, a young painter, gets a tape from the future with Jimmy Kimmel, and he looks at it and goes like, oh my god, I need to stop this. I need to stop this from happening, and decides to go into politics. Wouldn't that be an interesting plot line? I'd watch that. It would be funny. But, okay, all jokes aside, see, I'm not an expert comedian. I don't know how to make jokes. Every time I make jokes, I offend people. Sticks and stones, right? I wasn't interested in the subject. But now that Jimmy Kimmel brought it up, you know, like, Jimmy Kimmel brought the subject up, I was a little bit curious. It's like, let me see what's going on here. Why did the demographic decline happen? And apparently there's many variables. One of them, obviously, immigration. Okay, you know, like that. But that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough because it's like, what happened to the people that were already there? Now, if you watch Fox News, and I wouldn't recommend it because it's very bad for you. I heard they sell disinformation there by the truckload. Tucker Carlson said that it might be because of the fentanyl overdose, so it's due to the drug epidemic. That might play a part. A little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of a part. So Americans are ODing on drugs. Now, I don't know if I should believe Tucker Carlson. I understand he's a white nationalist. That's what I've been told. He believes into debunked conspiracy theories about replacement and what. So I don't really believe him, to be honest. But it was like an interesting take. So I'm still struggling to find out like what happened to the people that were already there. Like where did they disappear? But at least I know that some of them did disappear. Like this is recorded knowledge that some of them did pass away because of drug overdose. Now, I don't find that funny, to be honest. People dying on the streets from drugs is not amusing to me. It's not hilarious. I don't know. I have to question the audience from Jimmy. Jimmy, do you find that funny? Because I don't. But they don't bring it up, nor do they bring a solution to the problem. Because I guess they're cheering. They're happy, so it's a good thing. You know what's the comedy? Was the punchline? Was the joke about the change in demographic in the United States? It's also reflected in the change of the ratings for these comedians. So as the percentage of Caucasians went down, so did their ratings. Maybe that's why they're cheering. It's like, oh, finally, we won't have to be in the audience anymore and listen to this horrible drivel. Because it's definitely not funny. It sounds really preachy to me. It feels like we're going to church. Oh, the applause button is on again. Oh, we're applauding. We're applauding. Oh, we're applauding. Oh my God, please end us now. Please, Gillette, have mercy. Yeah, I mean, that's comedy in the United States, right? So why exactly is this a news article? The reason is that if you look at left-leaning individuals on Twitter, I don't know how accurate they represent the actual left-leaning demographic, but one thing they really hate, and they hate this with a passion, by the way, are landlords. Like, landlords are the worst thing right now. It's in vogue to hate landlords. I mean, I remember watching a video. I'm sorry that I don't have it right now. I think I uploaded it on my channel once. Where was like this black guy, and you can see that he's in tears. You can see that he is definitely broken up about it because he finds his apartment and it's in complete ruin. I mean, someone sprayed graffiti over it, broke the television, destroyed everything, and he's literally crying because apparently he wasn't a very rich individual. And that apartment helped me make do. And not only that, but like the story gets even worse when you find out that he allowed the guy to stay there for below market price. Right? So he wasn't a bad dude. And you see all the people, all the progressives on Twitter mocking him and ridiculing him and saying, oh, this is what landlords deserve. The eviction moratorium. Oh my God, everyone was cheering for it. Yes, absolutely. No one is upset about the banks. Did you notice that? Like the banks, they're the only ones that are allowed to make money without an effort. So normal people shouldn't be able to evict squatters. But the banks, if they happen to kick someone out, if they happen to take someone's house away for not paying their mortgage, oh, that's progressive. That is very progressive. Yes, very progressive. So you get like a lot of animosity towards landlords, and I'm curious, like, if there's going to be a little bit, not a lot of course, but a little bit of animosity towards Trevor Noah, who is asking $52,000 a month for an apartment. Do you know, like, with this amount of cash, you can literally buy a house in some places? I mean, in Romania, the house that I live in is $90,000. Okay, so if you come to Romania, in 2 months, instead of paying for Trevor Noah's rent, you can buy a house. And then you can rent. Like, look, you can actually do this. You can buy houses in Romania for $52,000 a month. Then you can rent all those houses, and then you can make money. Like, you can actually start a business like that. Wow, $52,000 a month. I'm pretty sure this is market price. Pretty sure, like, it's in the range. But with the changes in demographics, I don't really get it. You would think the housings would go down rather than up. That's an interesting thing that a lot of people don't bring up. It's like, so there, let us understand, right? There's less people than in the previous generation. The natality is going down, but the prices are going up. What variable is contributing here? What exactly is causing this change? Because there must be some. I don't know what it is. I literally don't know what it is. But you would think that maybe at one point someone would figure it out. Like maybe some economist could explain. Like the houses don't go away, right? Like they're still there. And if the number of people goes down, you would think the housing market would also go down because there's now less demand for housing. There's fewer people than previously, so the number of houses is the same. Well, what exactly? Man, can someone please in the chat just help me find that variable? Just let's figure it out together. Why are the prices for rent so high?